Child beauty pageants should be banned. It is one of the most unhealthy, disturbing, and creepy things that should have died a long time ago. Children should not be sexualized or be making drastic decisions about their sexuality or body before their brains have developed. It can be harmful to have a child be judged for their looks at such a young age and can lead to body image issues later in life. Not to mention that it's pretty much parents putting their children in skimpy outfits for pedophiles to gawk at. Of course, kids playing dress up and having little pretended beauty pageants at home is all just good fun, but it gets problematic when underage children are being dolled up and put on a pedestal to be judged for how physically attractive they look. Sometimes parents are only doing this to give themselves an ego and what little cash is won. A lot of parents are more competitive than the kids. I watched hours of how parents treat their children in the pageants and I can't believe this shit exists. I'm not a parent, but I would try to encourage my child to learn, explore, and grow as a decent human being. Putting your kids into these teaches them bad habits. I've always felt like sexualizing children is wrong. Pageants are just one example of it. And anyone who says pageants don't sexualize children are in denial. It's depraved. Exactly, it's basically judging kids on their looks. Since when has looks been important? Why are we teaching kids that looks are the most important thing when we should be teaching them about kindness and compassion? The same for kids in drag. I think this is pretty popular opinion, however it amazes me that they are not banned yet. Show sexualizes kids and most of parents are fucking insane. The most disturbing part to me is how they'll do heavy makeup and give them fake teeth and have them swinging their hips around in a sexual way. I really don't get how this is okay. I agree, but since I'm not against banning things for being weird, I will argue that they're actually harmful and morally wrong. Children don't understand consent well enough to participate in such things, and being judged by looks and being made popular in general are probably harmful to the mentality and public image of children. It's a sort of setting them up for hardships later in life. Have you ever noticed how the moms are always the type nobody would consider beautiful? They are literally living through their child like a sports parent. Is that really an unpopular opinion? Surely anyone who doesn't want to live vicariously through their child would have that opinion. Could we have a hobbies show instead? Kids sharing their interests. I think the mothers are creeper than the pedos. And I suspect a few of the men that go aren't pedos, they are naive, and trying to figure out how to be in the same room as a child in an appropriate way, kinda like being afraid of spiders so you pull of a chair by a spider web. If I'm even right, I don't think those men will be around long. Cognitive dissonance will lead them to leave, not stay. What kind of mother thinks, I'm going to dress up my kid for pedos to look at? I read an article a few years ago how mothers are the #1 pedos, and it's not even speakable in the community of scholars that study such things. I believe stepdad was #2. Married men, teachers, priests, were all big. Near the bottom are single men, despite being the poster board for pedo. As a gross side note, the pedo stepdad and mother are often in an understanding. He fucks her daughter with the unholy understanding that the mother gets man money or drugs, or whatever. Don't want to know how sausage is made. This is why child beauty pageants are instinctively terrifying to me. It's basically a sick mom with a implicit understanding that she's showing off her kid to a bunch of pedos, the only ones that stay around. Also weird, don't other mothers or women come, and sometimes with their husband or boyfriend? Again, some of these people might be naive, but none of those are going to be around for long. I'm not sure who shows up to these things really. All I know is it creeps the fuck out of me. I definitely think they should be illegal. Child beauty pageants have a massive following on the dark web. I think that's all the reason we need to shut them down. Maybe I am out of the loop here, but I was in children's modeling when I was younger and not once did any of us wear sexual clothing, at all. We had 3 categories: activewear, ballroom, and dress to impress. I know a lot has changed since I was a kid, and to be fair, I have never watched anything about children's modeling in the recent years, so maybe a lot has changed. I'm simply relaying what type of modeling I happen to do. This is a very popular opinion. At least from what I've seen. If this is unpopular, that's scary. Kids' pageants are really strangely inappropriate, so are those weirdo dance mom shows. I've never liked these things. I only ever watched one when DBZ or Naruto was gonna be up next. I'm very concerned with who the hell started child beauty pageants in the first place. My mom works in a jail, and one day when I asked her how her shift was, she started in on this rant about how when I was a baby my grandmother wanted to put me in baby pageants, but my mom refused, saying it was too creepy. Well, she ended the rant by describing this old pedophile at her work who jacked it all day to toddlers and tiaras, TLC show that glorifies kids wearing bikinis and selling themselves. There's a lot of pedophiles in the world, so it's best not to promote your children as bait for them. Save it for a Chris Hansen. I was just showing my fiancé the world of toddlers and tiaras. We binge watched 90 Day Fiancé, and YouTube can't stop recommending TNT, and he was watching with jaw open the whole time and couldn't believe it was real. He was like, "So this is scripted?" LOL. He is Canadian and have never heard or seen the show. I, on the other hand, know of it because of the infamous Honey Boo Boo that I would see everywhere before on TV. He was appalled by how some parents would wax and bleach the hair of children. Their skulls haven't even fully formed yet, and these poor girls are getting extensions and blowouts, and they are crying because it hurts their scalp. I don't have kids, but I have taken care of 6 nephews and nieces, and imagining them in that situation makes me angry. Yeah, child beauty pageants to me is almost the same boat as child exploitation and child labor. Bruh, this isn't unpopular, get out of here. I'm sorry, but isn't this just a popular opinion? This is an unpopular opinion? I don't meet too many people who think child beauty pageants are anything but creepy. Should have never been a thing. Everyone involved are fucking freaks. Child beauty pageants. More like pedophile conventions. What really pisses me off is when the parents insist the kid wants to do it. Same for child modeling. No, the hell they don't. They want to play with Legos and be a kid. Not sexualized and judged for their beauty. So many parents manipulate their kids into thinking it's what they want when the parent really wants to live through the kid.